All right, welcome to our broadcast today. So this is just a quick follow-up on my last domain video, but I'm going to cover a little more or a couple more things in detail. Not so much the theory like we did last time. Last time we talked about, what kind of domain you want to choose and how you want it to be short and catchy and relevant, and talked about some ideas around, getting a good quality name, and then ran you through what it might be like to register it, and then finished up. So I want to just spend another minute on the registration process for just a sec, and then we're going to talk about how to change some settings within your GoDaddy account so that it's ready to be built. Because there's a couple of things you need to change so that the website can get started. And then we're going to talk about additional sales calls you might get after you get your domain name registered. Now let's pretend for just a minute, just for the sake of our example today, that the domain name we're going to get is going to be called trevorsdomainname.com. Okay, and that's available. When I do a search, where I am right now. When I do a search, it is available because it says it right here, and I know it's available even more than that because look at the price right here. It's $2.99. See, if sometimes you'll do a search and it'll say the domain name is available right here, but then you look below and it's like, hey, it's available for $5,000, and we don't want that domain if it's going to cost us some crazy amount of money. A truly available domain name will be, at least on GoDaddy, around 10 bucks, 15 bucks, and in this case, if they're on special, around $3 a year to get started. Okay, so this one is available, and no, I don't want these extras. So you'll notice there's some extras below here. They say get 3 and save 69%. They want to sell me, GoDaddy, these extra domains right here. I know those are kind of small, but we don't want those. Maybe at some point we get these, but it's not worth the extra money we're going to spend right now. Okay? So we're just going to proceed to the next step. I'm going to select this. I just hit the select button there at the right. So now you can see it's been selected right here. And now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to continue to the cart. Okay, I'm going to hit that orange button right there. All right, continue to the cart. And the first thing it's going to ask us is it says, we've added privacy, and here's why. Privacy on a domain name is essential. If you do not have privacy on your domain name, telemarketers can find out that you've recently ordered this domain name, and they will incessantly call you and try to sell you stuff related to a website, and it will drive you absolutely bonkers. You can help prevent that to a large extent if you'll simply just add in some privacy protection. It's an extra $8 a year, according to GoDaddy. There's two options here. You've got privacy and business protection, and then you've got just privacy protection. Just grab the privacy protection. That's all you need. Right here, an extra $8 a year on the domain. It is $8 extremely well spent. So get it. Last thing you want to do is get hit up with lots of sales calls. Now scrolling down here, it's going to say, okay, well, do you need a website builder and do you need some web hosting? This web builder is $1 a month. This hosting service is $5 a month. Don't get either. You don't need either. You've already got hosting. Now you might say, now wait a minute, I've heard that the Volusion hosting that I'm going to be using is going to be more expensive. It'll be around $40 a month. Why do I want that instead of the GoDaddy stuff? For $5 a month. Well, that's because GoDaddy doesn't support Volusion. So you can't have a really nice e-commerce Volusion site with GoDaddy hosting. You have to have that hosted through us and through Volusion. So, it's not comparing apples to apples either. If you use GoDaddy's host and their builder, it is not going to be a good professional e-commerce site. It's going to be a watered down, simple, not a very good looking site. So we don't get either one of these things. So skip those, okay? All right, and then scrolling down the page here, they want to know if you want an email for $4 a month, like a you@businessexample.com, right? You get to use your email or your domain name as part of your email. We already do that with Volusion. We do that for free for our clients, so that's not going to cost you any extra. Don't get it here with GoDaddy. You don't need it, okay? So that was GoDaddy trying to nickel and dime you to death. Now you hit continue with these options. And it's going to take you to a payment page where it's going to show you what you get. You do want your term right here to be 2 years. You want to register your domain name for 2 years. You don't need to register it for more than that. After 2 years, you can just re-register it. But initially, you want it for 2 years. It's supposed to help you in the search engines a little bit because it's been registered for longer. And then that should be it. I mean, you've added privacy protection. We don't want the additional .net, .co, .info. Don't need that. Don't need any cPanel hosting. None of that we need. In most cases, if you've done everything right, your price for this should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 25, 30, 35 bucks. That's about how much you'll pay. And you think about it, this is for 2 years on a domain name. So what's the math on that? 34 divided by 24 months. You're paying like $1.40 a month for your name. So this is not expensive. It's something we have you register in your own name under your own business. We don't register these for our clients because this is something that you need to own yourself. Okay, so when you're ready at that point, you can hit this proceed to checkout right here, this little orange button at the bottom right, and then you're going to go through the payment, choosing a card, PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, whatever, and you're gonna buy it. Now, once that's done, I think I outlined this to a lot of you guys before, but let me just outline it one more time. Actually, hold on just one sec. I got to get the right screen here. Here we go. Your coach, whoever your coach is, whoever you're working with, they're going to want this information, okay? I want you to email them these 3 things. 1, the username. 2, the customer number. And 3, the password on the account. And you'll set up all of this. Like when you go buy the item or the GoDaddy or the domain name from GoDaddy, you'll probably set up your own username and password. I think they assign each account a customer number, but regardless, you should have all that information by the time you buy it, and then you're going to send that to your coach. Why does your coach need that information? Well, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to log into a GoDaddy account. Hold tight. I'm going to do this on another screen. Hold on just a sec. And then I'll drag the screen over to you guys. I'm just going to log in on this other screen so you don't see me actually log into this account. Okay. Here's what GoDaddy looks like when you log into your account. Something like this. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. So you'll log in. It'll look something like this, and you're gonna click on this little plus symbol next to domains, right there. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw that, but this is the button I clicked on right there. Now that's going to show me my domain name I own. In this account right here, the domain name is called anyroomfurniture.com. And you can see it was registered as a private domain, which is good. Okay. So I'm showing you this right now inside your GoDaddy account because I want to show you this section right here, the Manage DNS section. Okay, we're going to click on that. Here we go. Now let me tell you why this matters. Okay, so your DNS is your domain name server section. So it's essentially like if you own this domain name called anyroomfurniture.com, it needs to be hosted somewhere. Well, since we're doing our hosting with Volusion, we've got to make sure that the name servers are pointed to Volusion. So if you'll look with me closely right here on my screen, there's a name server section here. Now, your coach can do this for you, okay? And we'd prefer that the coach did so that it gets set up correctly. And that's why I'm recommending you email your coach the username, customer number, and password so they can just do this for you. But in case you can't get them that information and you have to do it yourself, I'm going to show you what to do here. So you're going to click Change here on the name servers, and then you're going to put in your own custom name servers. And these are the two name servers that needs to be put in. Now, obviously, these two name servers have already been put in here. Those are the correct name servers. If you're doing it for the first time, if your name servers don't show these two, ns3.volusion.com and then ns4.volusion.com, then it's not going to connect to your website correctly. So this is what should populate in this section in your domains GoDaddy account. And probably your coach has done this for you. So if you're not sure, you're welcome to check with your coach, but that they should have done this for you if you sent them the username, customer number, and password. Okay? Those are the name servers. And then everything should be set up, good to go on GoDaddy. Nothing else needs to be done. Then we handle everything else on the Volusion end with building the website. Now, last thing I wanted to mention while I had you all for just a minute. This is the time in the program when you start to get bombarded with other additional sales calls. And these people will claim they're from the quote-unquote web development department, or they're going to claim they're just part of the program. Or sometimes they'll get you on the phone and they'll try to confuse you and make it sound like they're going to be taking over the coaching or whatever the case may be. The very aggressive salespeople, and they call you because they know you've recently registered a new domain name. And granted, if you'll register it privately here at GoDaddy, usually your information is pretty safe. But inevitably, you're going to get called, and so just be aware of that. If you're not sure if the individual who is calling is legit, simply get their name, their company name, thank them for their time, and tell them that you're going to go talk to your coach about it first, and then email your coach. So just be aware of that. I've had a few clients get called by third-party companies that are not affiliated with our program that have gotten them to buy things that were unnecessary. We just want to make you guys aware that those calls can come in and to always check back with your coach, okay? All right, guys, that's it with domain names. That kind of polishes up this section of the program. I won't go into any more detail on this today. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you all next time for more Volusion training.